welcome. Today's video it is regarding the Southern blotting or the Southern hybridization, the technique which has been given by the Edward Southern in 1975. The technique it is used for the detection of the DNA molecules, and the technique it is used to screen the genomic DNA libraries, RFLP analysis, as well as for the DNA fingerprinting. Southern blot or the Southern hybridization, it includes the several steps. The first one, it is the isolation of the DNA. Second one, it is a restriction digestion. Next, it is the agar-gel electrophoresis. Then the transfer and fixation of the DNA molecules. Then the pre-hybridization, hybridization, and the last one, it is a probe detection. First, going towards the isolation of the DNA. Your gene of interest, it is present over the genome, and that gene, it has to be identified, it has to be detected, and for that purpose you need to isolate the DNA. So you are going to isolate, okay? You are going to isolate the genomic DNA. What you are going to isolate? You are going to isolate the genomic DNA, and on the genomic DNA, somewhere on the genome, there will be presence of the gene of interest. Okay, this gene of interest is present over the genome, and it is very difficult to analyze, to identify the gene of interest present over this genome. So this genome, it has to be digested so that the smaller fragments of the DNA, it is going to be obtained, and for that purpose you are going for the restriction digestion. So the genomic DNA isolated, then it will go for the restriction digestion, and here there is a use of the molecular scissors, that it is the restriction endonucleases they are used, and that restriction endonucleases, now they are going to cleave the genomic DNA into the DNA fragments, small DNA fragments. And after having these DNA fragments, then these DNA fragments, now they are going to be separated. Okay, they are going to be separated on the agar-gel. Okay, the DNA fragments, they are going to be separated on the agar-gel, and the separation, it is according to their size. The fragment which is at the lowest side, it has a least molecular weight, and one which is nearer to the well, it has the highest molecular weight. Now here, when there has to be the transfer, when there has to be transfer of the DNA fragments from the gel to the nitrocellulose membrane or the nylon membrane, at that time the molecule which has the least size, they are going to be moved faster, but the molecules, the DNA molecules which has a larger size, they has the difficulty, and if they are more than the 15 kb, then the efficient transfer, it is not going to be there. So if the molecules, if the DNA fragments generated, they are of the more than the 15 kb, then that fragments, it has to be cleaved again, the small fragments, it has to be obtained, and to have that small fragments, the gel, it is treated with the 0.2 normal HCl, so that there will be the depurination. There will be the depurination, and at the depurinated side, there will be the cleavage. So this larger DNA fragments, now they are going to be in a smaller size, but they are going to be retained where there is a band. So for the easy transfer, why it has been done? It has been done for the easy transfer. But if the DNA molecules, if the DNA fragments, they are of the lower size, at that time there is no need to treat your agar-gel with the 0.2 normal of the HCl. Then it is going to be neutralized with the alkali. Now here, the fragments which are going to be separated on the agar-gel, they are in a double stranded form. They are in a double stranded form, but here, the technique, it is a hybridization. Hybridization means what? Two different DNA molecules, or the two different nucleic acids, they are going to complementary base pair. That it is called as the hybridization. For the hybridization purpose, what has to be there? This DNA, it should be in a single stranded form. It should be in a single stranded form. When it is going to be in a single stranded form, then and then another nucleic acid, it will come and it is going to bound with the DNA molecule. So to have the hybridization, to have the hybridization, this double stranded DNA, it has to be converted into the single stranded DNA. Means what? There has to be the denaturation of the DNA. So this agarose gel, it is treated with the alkali. Agarose gel, it is treated with the alkali so that there will be the denaturation of the DNA. Means here the DNA molecule now it will be in a single stranded DNA molecules. Okay. After that, next step it is what? Transfer and the fixation. Now, this transfer of the DNA molecule over the nitrocellulose membrane. Transfer of the DNA molecule over the nitrocellulose membrane. This it will be called as the blotting. This, the agarose gel, it is a semi-solid support. And the nitrocellulose membrane or the nylon membrane, it is a solid support. So here the DNA from the agarose gel, now it is going to be transferred over the nylon membrane or the nitrocellulose membrane, and there it is going to be fixed or it is going to be immobilized. And this process, it is called as the blotting. You cannot detect your DNA molecule with the help of this agarose gel because agarose gel, it is very fragile. If you are going to handle this agarose gel as it is, there are chances of breaking down of this agarose gel. So you are requiring a solid support, and here that solid support it is known, it is a nylon membrane or the nitrocellulose membrane. For this transfer, or for this blotting, Southern, he has used the blotting technique, and that it is called as the capillary blotting. Nowadays, the electroblotting, vacuum blotting, these techniques they are also used. But the technique which has used by the Southern, it is a capillary blotting. With the help of the capillary action, the DNA fragments from the agarose gel, they are transferred over the nylon membrane. Here there is a unit for the capillary blotting. Here it is a tray. Here it is a support. On this support, there is a placement of the agarose gel. And here the wicks they are there, which are going to dip into the buffer, which is placed into the tray. On the agarose gel, then there is a placement of the nitrocellulose membrane or the nylon membrane. The membrane that has been used by the Southern, it is a nitrocellulose membrane, and over it then there is a placement of the tissue papers or the filter papers. Over it there is a placement of the glass lid, and over the weight it has been placed, which is of the 0.75 gram. So this it is the arrangement, this it is the assembly for the capillary blotting. Now what will happen? The buffer from the buffer chamber, it is going to transfer to the filter paper. Through the filter paper, it is going to be transferred to the agarose gel, and through the agarose gel, it is going to be transferred to the nylon membrane. And when it is going to be transferred, from the agarose to the nylon membrane or the nitrocellulose membrane, at that time the fragments, DNA fragments, they are also going to be moved with the help of the buffer from the gel to the nitrocellulose membrane. Here, for the understanding of you or for the visualization, I have kept here gap, but there should not be any gap between the agarose gel and the nylon or the nitrocellulose membrane. If there is a gap, then there is a no transfer. So the agarose gel and your nylon membrane, they should be in a very close contact to each other. Then and then there will be the transfer. So here during the transfer, the capillary action it is used, so it is called as the capillary blotting. Now here there is a transfer. Now there is a transfer of the fragments of the DNA over the nylon membrane. And in the denatured conditions only, they are going to be transferred over the nitrocellulose membrane or the nylon membrane. After that, this DNA molecule, it has to be immobilized, it has to be fixed. Otherwise, what will happen when you are going to go for the hybridization, pre-hybridization, probe detection? You are using the different buffers, you are going to do the washings, and during the washing, what may happen? These DNA fragments, they are going to be washed out. So they has to be fixed over the membrane, and to fix over the membrane for the fixation purpose, for the immobilization purpose, there will be use of the baking. Okay, baking at 80 degrees Celsius, and also there is a use of the UV radiation. Okay, so here during the baking and the UV radiation, there is a fixation, there is a immobilization of the DNA over the nylon membrane or the nitrocellulose membrane. During UV irradiation, the thymine, okay, thymine of the DNA, it is getting linked with the amino acids from the membrane. That is, there is a covalent bond formation between the thymine and the amino acids, so that that DNA molecule, now it is going to be fixed, it is going to be immobilized over the nylon membrane or the nitrocellulose membrane. Okay, next it is the pre-hybridization. Okay, the pre-hybridization, or in the pre-hybridization, the thing which is done, it is the blocking, and which is the most important step into the Southern blot. Okay, if you are not going to do blocking, then you are not at all going to get any results from the Southern blotting. So blocking. Now here it is a nitrocellulose membrane, okay, and this nitrocellulose membrane, it has the affinity for the probe. The probe, it is whom? Probe, it is a sequence of DNA, and it is a labeled one. And that sequence of DNA, which is a labeled one, it is complementary to your gene of interest. Okay, it is a short DNA sequence, or it may be a short RNA sequence. Okay, DNA or the RNA sequence, which is a labeled. Okay, which is a labeled, and it has what? It has affinity for your membrane. So when you are going to add your probe, okay, when you are going to add your probe, that probe, it may get bound all over the membrane, as it has the affinity for the membrane. So what will happen? The probe, it is going to be bound all over the membrane, and when you are going to detect all the membrane, it will be detected. Okay, it will be detected. If it is a radio labeled probe, then all the film, it is going to be turned into the black. Or if it is a biotineted probe, or it is a antibody labeled, then enzymes that you are using, all the paper, it is getting a colored one. You don't want this. Okay, it is not required by you. What is required by you? At a particular site only you want, okay, the particular DNA molecule only want to be detected, and for that purpose, these are non-specific binding site. All the non-specific binding site over the nylon membrane, it has to be blocked. Block means what? It has to be occupied, and if they are going to be occupied, your probe, it is not going to interact with that sites present over the membrane. That is you have, okay, that is you have to hide. Okay, that is you have to hide whom? You have to hide the nylon membrane. So here during the blocking, okay, during the blocking agents, they are used, and that blocking agents, they are going to bound to the membrane, all over the membrane, so that there is the, okay, there is a no exposure of the binding site, affinity sites to the probe. So the binding, it will be a specific binding at the DNA molecules only. After that, after pre-hybridization, then there is a hybridization. During the hybridization, you are going to add a probe. You are going to treat your nylon membrane with a probe, okay, to a DNA sequence. And you, after adding, okay, after adding the probe to your nylon membrane, you are allowing it to incubate, so that there will be the interaction between the probe and the DNA molecule. Now your DNA molecule, it is a single stranded. The probe, it is also a single stranded. It has to be single stranded because it has to complementary base pair with the DNA. So here it is your DNA molecule, and here the probe, it is going to bound to it. Okay, and here it is a label. In this way there will be the binding, complementary binding. some of the time what will happen, similar sequences, they may be present to all these DNA molecules, the fragments that have separated. Okay, these fragments which are separated here, that fragments, they may have the similar sequences to the probe. Then what will happen? The probe, it may bind. Okay, the probe, it may bind to more number of the DNA molecules. Suppose it is going to bound. Okay, suppose it is a specific site. Okay, this second last. Okay, this second last, it is a specific site which has the specific DNA molecule which has to be detected. But here the second one, it has a similar sequences. Okay, second and your fourth one, it has a similar sequences to whom the gene that you want to detect. So there are chances. Okay, there are chances that your probe, it may bind. Okay, it may bind to the second, and it may also bind with the fourth sequence, and it is also going to bound to your specific DNA sequence. So at the three sites, okay, at the three sites, your probe, it may get bound. There are chances that your probe, it may get bound to the three sites. So again here, what is required by you? The specificity, it is required by you. Specific binding between the DNA molecule, it is required. And for that purpose, to have that specific binding, what is required? The conditions, they are required, and that conditions, they are called as the stringent conditions. What has to be maintained? Stringent conditions. It has to be maintained. That is a particular temperature, particular salt concentration. It has to be maintained so that the DNA fragment and the probe, only it is going to bound to each other. That is this. Okay, you have to. Okay, what you have to do? You have to avoid the binding between this second and this fourth. You want only the binding between your probe and your sequence, which is at this sixth position. Okay, so to avoid the second and fourth binding, what you have to maintain? You have to maintain these stringent conditions. That is to have the specific binding. Okay, to have the specific binding, to increase the specificity, to have the good results, what has to be maintained? The stringent conditions, it has to be maintained. In the stringent conditions, probe, it is going to specifically bind to the DNA fragment in which you are interested. Okay, so here there will be the hybridization. After hybridization, completion of the hybridization, you are going to wash. Okay, you are going to do the washing, and during washing, okay, you are going to wash out the extra probe. Okay, that probes which are not bound. Okay, the unbound probe, it has to be washed out, and during that washing also you have to maintain the stringent condition. Otherwise, what will happen during washing? If you are not going to maintain the condition, the probe, it may go and bind non-specifically to any one of the DNA sequence. So to have the specific binding, washing, it is also done under the stringent conditions. After washing, the next step, the last step, it is going to come, and that it is a probe detection. If the probe, it is a radio label, okay, if the probe, it is a radio label, with the help of the autoradiography, okay, with the help of the autoradiography, you are going to detect it. On the X-ray film, you are getting a black dot. Okay, you are getting a black dot, and if you are going to observe the black dot over the X-ray film, then you are going to say that the gene of interest, the DNA fragment for which you are looking for, it is present. And if you are not getting, okay, if you are not getting any black dot on the X-ray film, then you are going to say that the gene of interest, it is not present into your DNA, okay, or the genomic DNA. If you are using the non-radioactive probes, then you are going to get the colorful band, okay. Instead of the black dot, you are getting the colorful band, and by observing that colorful band, you are going to say that the DNA molecule or the DNA fragment of interest, it is present or it is absent. Okay, I think you may have cleared the idea about the Southern blotting or the Southern hybridization. If you have liked my video, please subscribe my channel and also share my videos with your friends so that the knowledge, it is going to spread. Thank you.